Hello, everyone. Everything seems a little crazy and chaotic right now, hair on fire these days, but we are facing another massive potential widespread incident event. We're really concerned with what is live in the news right now, being ConnectWise releasing an advisory on February 19th, aka yesterday, regarding two critical vulnerabilities. One is rated at a level 10, a perfect 10, and one is rated at a level 8.4. This is obviously very serious, and I feel like we can sit here and say patch now, but really we're going to talk a little bit more into that so that you understand the criticality of this. ScreenConnect is a massive RMM tool. So what do we know so far? I've got fantastic guests with me right now because we are all in the pits together. Our Director of Threat Intelligence, Nick Hyatt. Thank you. Welcome. Nick, can you talk to us a little bit about these vulnerabilities so that we can give our partners and friends an understanding of what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. So, number one, happy to be here yet again. You know, but this
Yes.
vulnerability is really a 10 of 10, right? So, from a complexity standpoint, it's trivially easy to exploit. So, we haven't seen a public POC yet, but we developed a POC internally here at the APG and validated the severity, right? So, the way that we're looking at this is a ticking time bomb. So essentially, this is one long attack chain that goes from the unauthenticated RCE into a path traversal, and essentially can give an attacker system level access to connected endpoints. And if you think about that just from a conceptual standpoint, that's an oh my god, you know.
Terrifying.
Exactly. So an attacker with full system access to an endpoint can do anything they want. You know, pivot further, steal data, and the big one is really deploy ransomware. I
Right.
think from an estimation standpoint, you know, we're looking at once a POC goes live, we're probably looking at almost instantaneous exploitation. So probably within 12 hours would we start to see that thing. So at this point, we haven't seen any exploitation, but like I said, this is a ticking time bomb. So also we have Robert Russell with us. He's the director of our SOC. So Rob, if you want to talk a little bit about how we're responding to this.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks, team. So, as Nick said, right, this is trivially easy. And one of the things is, just like Nick said, we have not seen this be exploited in any of our customer environments. However, what the SOC has observed is the fact that we do have partners that are currently running that vulnerable version of ScreenConnect. And so, as always, Blackpoint SOC, we try and default to the aggressive approach, right? We want to make sure that we are protecting our customers at the highest level that we possibly can. And so, due to how trivially easy it is to exploit this, and the fact that we are expecting a public POC to go live likely within the next day or two, one of the things that the SOC is doing is we are going ahead and we are taking action, and we're going to isolate any of those vulnerable servers that we see, any of those vulnerable unpatched versions of ScreenConnect in our partner environment. Furthermore, over the next day, we'll be contacting all of those partners where we take that action with a personal note letting them know that we did take that action, that they do have that vulnerable version listed, helping them along with the process of how do they update that to make sure that they're good to go, and then helping them with the remediation, just making sure that everything gets unisolated on their end. Furthermore, from the SOC standpoint, whenever we receive an alert of any type, we are going through and we're scraping that metadata from that customer's environment to ensure that they are not running the vulnerable version. So we've already pulled data, but we're also going to continue to do that moving forward as well. That way, if anything got missed during the original scrape, we're going ahead and we're making sure that any alerts that we're looking at, we're looking to see if they are running that vulnerable software. And if they are, we'll be taking that aggressive approach there as well.
Cool. And then what can our partners do to maintain access to Blackpoint? Any updated resources? Are we going to be putting out more advisories? What can they expect? Because I feel like this is just the beginning and we're really trying to stay on top of this.
Yeah, so moving forward, we're tracking this internally. So obviously, as things develop, we'll provide advisories, things like that. Guidance right now is to, if you have not patched, go ahead and patch it. Like, this is a no joke. You need to get this patched. Because like Rob said, we're going to be aggressive with this, and we are going to isolate, vulnerable systems. So get it patched. reach out to us if you have any questions. Keep an eye on our blog, our LinkedIn, socials. We'll be posting details as we get them. And, as always, we're tracking these things.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys. Feel free to reach out to Blackpoint, and we'll keep tabs on what's going on. Thanks.
Thanks, team.